Welcome to day 15, 2 weeks in. We're talking about something that is very common, but there are so many potential root cause factors that it can be a little overwhelming. It's increased brain fog and decreased focus. A lot of women start to notice changes in cognitive function, and there's a lot of reasons for that. We actually have hormone receptors all over our bodies. They're not just sex hormones, not by any stretch of the imagination. So, as our brains start pruning, as we start going through hormonal fluctuations and eventually decline, our brain is an organ that definitely does a lot of pruning, new neural connections, or hopefully not, but loss of neural connections. And it can make us feel a little scattered or like we're going a little crazy. We might feel just in general a little more anxious and irritable. We need to look at hormones. We need to look at blood sugar because that feeling of anxiety or panic attacks can be from spikes in blood sugar, in cortisol, in histamines. Oftentimes, there's an imbalance also in the gut microbiome that we need to address to balance that. Bioidentical hormones can be really helpful. Keeping blood sugar nice and stable can be really helpful. A lot of these things contribute to, and just making sure that we're optimizing sleep quality. That is absolutely critical when your brain cleans house, turns on that lymphatic detox system. One of the most foundational things as we are testing and figuring out imbalances, nutrient deficiencies, things like B12 and vitamin D, we want those optimal. Like vitamin B12 is critical for brain health, mood, anything central nervous system, ideally closer to 1,000, and vitamin D should be 50 to 90. Let's rule out the things first that might have a physiological component and start there so we're not fighting an uphill battle we don't need to. Things like an unprocessed Mediterranean style or autoimmune paleo style diet that is rich in protein, healthy fats, fiber, and a rainbow of colorful antioxidants, phytonutrients, addressing if there's something going on in the gut microbiome. That is actually where a lot of our brain neurotransmitters are made. Let's make sure that there's no infections or pathogens, parasites, candida, things that hijack our brain and make us and actually change our mood and personality a little bit. So let's make sure that's not a factor. Healing the gut and intestinal lining, making sure that we're replete in all those key nutrients, that we're not feeding our body things that are causing more inflammation, because I always say fire in the gut means fire in the brain. Oftentimes that'll cross the blood-brain barrier, making sure, if you've had some sort of a head injury, that can keep your body with those tight junctions open in the gut and the brain. It can keep your nervous system and cortisol on sort of like a constant upregulation, fight or flight. Look at all of these different areas, see if any apply to you, but always start with the foundational work of what are you putting in your body? Are you rotating and diversifying your food? Are you prioritizing protein, healthy fat, and fiber? Taking out a lot of those processed chemicals that are going to hijack your brain and just make you feel worse. And then working with a practitioner, or reach out if you're interested in getting nutrients, hormones, blood sugar, or anything else tested.